What's up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 5 of the best kept fragrance secrets in the fragrance community. So these are 5 fragrances that don't really get much attention at all. These are all very good fragrances, but even myself, I don't really reach for them. I think they're not really talked about at all. Maybe a little bit seasonal, but some not really. I think some of these are actually really good for year round. But yeah, I think these definitely need more loves. I think these are definitely more like niche fragrances, or just like fragrances you find when you get more into the collection or more into purchasing or finding new fragrances. But it's not going to be like your first fragrance pickup probably. It's something that you kind of have to dig a little bit deeper, look for a few things, sample, maybe not readily available at certain stores, that kind of thing. But let's go ahead and get started. First one is going to be Xerjoff's Oram. Since I've gotten this bottle, this is the second bottle I purchased. The first one I did sell when I sold a lot of my fragrances. This one is the one I needed to have back in my collection after a while. My first bottle kind of smelled like Desitin for like the first few days. After that, I don't really get that anymore. Some would say this is chocolate covered strawberries. Multi-fragrance guy, he's recommended this fragrance before. It's actually what got it on my radar a few years ago. Don't really get that chocolate covered strawberries vibe. Sweet, powdery, different kind of sweetness, maybe a little feminine realistically. It's the sweetness that it's very unique. I believe this is their Chemi line, which is more naturals, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not too sure, but I just know that the bottles in this collection are very nice. Look at the detail on the cap, even down to the Xerjoff symbol. It's pretty cool. This is probably the best looking Xerjoff bottle that I own. I haven't tried anything else from the Chemi collection. Definitely want to get it, but maybe I should probably test out what else is in the Chemi collection, just because they're pretty cheap, honestly. These 50 mLs, they're about 100, 110 from what I've seen them. I believe there's like a lunar one and different things like that I haven't really looked into at all. But this is one that is definitely very slept on. You can see I have a small dent in it. I don't really wear it too much, but good enough for me to want to purchase it again and get this second bottle. Next is one that's probably it might be one of the most popular fragrances on this list, but even though it's the most popular, I don't think it gets as much attention as it deserves. It's going to be Fougere d'Argent by Tom Ford. This is a unique Fougere. Every time I smell it, I don't know why I don't wear this more often. I actually got to test this one out at a cosmetic company store. I think that's what they're called. I tested it on the back of my hand and I was like, I definitely need a bottle of this eventually. It's Tom Ford masculine. Obviously they have things like ombre leather, oud wood. I'm not sure exactly what year this fragrance came out in. I think it's more of a recent release compared to those, but definitely fits into those fragrances that they released. Definitely happy to have this in my collection. Definitely happy that it's a 50 ml and not the 30 ml. This is one that every time I wear it, I do really enjoy wearing it. Really well kept secret in the community. I don't think a lot of people have gotten their nose on this fragrance. Really hard to find in stores. When I went to Seattle or I went to Washington D.C. to like those Neiman Marcus's or off Saks or Fifth off, whatever the hell it's called. I haven't seen it there. It could have just been me that maybe I don't think I owned the bottle at the time. Maybe I just didn't test it, but definitely recommend testing this one. I'm a fan of Fougere's. If you're a fan of Fougere's as well, definitely recommend trying this. It's probably going to be something that's unique in your collection. Next is one I absolutely hardly ever wear. I'm actually going to make it a statement for myself to wear this fragrance this week, probably tomorrow. Just because I love this fragrance, I just never wear it. It's Gris Dior by Dior. So this is a powdery rose fragrance. Some would say a little bit grandma-ish. I could see why people call it grandma fragrance, but I love this kind of scent style. The central on this fragrance is amazing. The performance on this fragrance is actually very great. Sillage as well. It's kind of similar. It's a spice blend. You kind of go nose blind to it, but no one else does. People could always smell you around, and central on this one is really great. I used to have the clone of it by Maison Alhambra that I believe it was just called Gris. Very similar bottle, and very good clone of it. The real thing that I do have now, that does remind me of the clone I had. Maybe the clone was a little bit more of a stronger fragrance, but that's, for this scent DNA, I don't really think that's a good thing. The quality in this fragrance, you can definitely smell the quality differences. But if you're not looking to break the bank and you want to get something that's very close to this fragrance, I definitely recommend Maison Alhambra's clone, Gris. But this is a very good fragrance as well. The clone did get me a lot of compliments, but I don't wear this one enough. Like, there's barely a dent on this small bottle. So definitely don't wear this one enough, but it's definitely a very well kept secret in the community. The first time I found out about it and what piqued my interest was actually a conversation I had when I used to work at the airport. That was actually one of the people that I smelled L'Immensité on. He said that L'Immensité wasn't really anything that he was interested in. Not that he didn't care about it too much, but it was a gift from his, I don't know if it was his wife or fiance, and he was wearing it. But the one that I definitely need to try or get my nose on is Gris by Dior. I was like, you know what? I've never heard of it, but I will definitely give it a shot. Found out there was a clone about it, or clone for it, so I ordered the clone. Love the clone. Purchased the actual one. So very interesting how that came about. I don't think if I never had that conversation with that person, I don't think I would have ever had this fragrance in my radar until I went to like a Dior, whatever they're called, those little shops, a Dior boutique. But yeah, definitely one that I definitely recommend. Either get the clone to try it out, get a sample to try it out. It's a good scent to try anyways. Next, of course, I like my Creed fragrances, and this is one that it's slept on for a reason. It's probably the most polarizing Creed fragrance that I own. Probably the most polarizing Creed fragrance that I've smelled. And yes, I have smelled Queen of Silk. Queen of Silk, it's a scent style that I've kind of smelled before, but this is definitely a very unique fragrance. It's going to be Royal Mayfair, and it definitely smells like royalty. One of the other reasons that it could be that I consider it smelling like royalty is because there's actually a funny story. For those of you that know the show Bridgerton, obviously it's more of a ladies show, and my fiance would watch it, and I actually got this fragrance in while she watched that fragrance, or while she watched that series. And of course, I'm the kind of guy that kind of just, I'm not going to watch it, but then I'm going to start asking questions. And then shortly enough, I'm watching it with you. And it's actually not that bad. Don't judge me, but it's not that bad, I promise. But yeah, Royal Mayfair, just because at the time, watching that show at night would be the time where I would start testing this fragrance. So in my mind, I still think about the Bridgerton. Don't ask me any names because I had no idea about the names, but I think about the Bridgerton cast and all that stuff. Penelope, I remember Penelope is one of them. I think that's the main person, actually. Everybody else, I have no idea who, But anyways, yeah, eucalyptus and rose. Dries on to a powdery rose. Very unique eucalyptus. It's not going to be like a eucalyptus that you smell like in a Bath and Body Works candle or something. Definitely something different. Very intriguing. Not sure if this is a compliment getter. It's definitely a unique thing that you try it. It's polarizing. Probably why no one really talks about it. They discontinued it for a bit, but they brought it back in the new bottle style. But yeah, I've decided to keep it in my collection. It's one of those that it's really good, at least to me. It's a slept-on fragrance, and I actually chipped the bottle the other day, right in the corner. I don't know about these Creed bottles, like something about this little crowning at the end with that's a glass. My Creed bottles are tightly put back to back, and picking another one up, it cracked. But it is what it is. And lastly, let's go ahead and finish this video with another fragrance that I hardly wear. It is another rose fragrance, powdery rose fragrance, and it is another fragrance that I would consider really good or a really well kept secret in the community. If you know about it, you love it. This is one that you can't really find many places. Like if you go to Sephora and they have Kilian's, I don't really see this one on display. This is going to be Intoxicated by Kilian. So I came across this fragrance by a clone, which is Amir's You're Drugged. So it is a very good clone, but you could definitely smell the quality difference when you get the real thing. If you haven't smelled the real thing, I'd definitely say you get the clone. You'll get close enough, but if you want the higher quality fragrance, go ahead and get the real thing. But I came across this fragrance from a trade I did actually before I moved here to Buffalo. I actually got the clone of this fragrance the day I got on the train to go from Florida to Washington, D.C. to then drive up the rest. But I had to make a stop at UPS because they didn't deliver my package the day before. So I got it re-delivered or rescheduled to pick up before I got on the train. It was a mess, but I still got on the train. I still got my package with my fragrances. And that haul had You're Drugged by Amir and Fire Your Desire. That's actually how I smelled both of those fragrances, and I actually enjoyed Fire Your Desire, or Amir You're Drugged by Kilian, which is a clone of Intoxicated by Kilian. That was the most difficult sentence I probably have ever said. And you've seen my videos, and you know I struggle talking. But anyways, yeah, that's how I came across this. Wasn't really too happy about the trade. I was just happy I was getting fragrances I haven't smelled before. But yeah, actually ended up being my favorite fragrance for quite a while. This was actually my favorite fragrance for quite a long time. Even now, I probably think it's still in the top 5. So another one I don't really see too much talk about. Some would say it smells very similar to Mugler's Amen, which I agree. I have smelled Amen before. I would say it definitely smells very similar. Quality differences, I'm not too sure, just because I haven't worn Amen. I haven't owned it, so I can't really tell you what the differences really are. I remember smelling it at a duty free, and it was pretty close. But yeah, that is the last 5 fragrances, or that's the best kept secrets in this community. 5 of them at least. I maybe have some more in my collection. I would have to look more into my collection. I know that Guerlains, to me, Guerlains are pretty much secrets in the community. I don't think you really find out about how good they are and the high quality until you actually try those fragrances. I'm always pretty much wearing a Guerlain, at least once a week. It's one of the houses like Creed and Guerlain, pretty much always in my weekly rotations, just because of the 2 houses I probably love the most. And Dior as well, but Dior, I don't think I wear Dior every week. But yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. Please leave a like, subscribe. If you want to support the channel, please look at the affiliate links in the description down below. I do get a small commission if you make any purchases at no cost to you. If you don't check them out, I don't care. It's just discounters that I shop in. Maybe you want to shop in them as well. Use my link. I get a small commission. That's all. But yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. I will see you guys on the next one. Have a good one, guys.